This is on the difficulty of the handstand push-ups potentially, but the caliber of athletes as we go from heat to heat is starting to make it an echo bike event. And we're looking for the where can you succeed? We've mastered the handstand push-up as we traditionally know it in the sport of CrossFit. Going back to basics and going into body positions, strict press, maximizing your strength potential with those body positions. That is all needed for these handstand push-ups.
10 men in this fourth and final heat. They're all trying to chase down Will Moret's time of 6 minutes, 30.15 seconds. Ricky Garrard has worn the leader's jersey from the get-go. And he looks to hang on to it here.
Ricky Garrard in the Coliseum Friday night. What a day for Ricky. What a couple of days for Ricky Garrard. Takes the Capitol event and then hangs in the top for the previous one that we've had today. Top to bottom, Ricky Garrard has had himself a heck of a day.
Let's go down to Mike Arsenault on the competition floor.
Making a move toward the podium with the 6th and 13th place finish so far today. Unfortunately, that also included a 38th on elevated Elizabeth. That was very taxing on shoulders and triceps, similar to what will be impacted here in event number 7 with the handstand push-ups. However, that was the first time he was ever on parallel bars, so it was a technique issue, not a strength issue. He regularly does wall facing handstand push-ups in his everyday programming, so for today, he will have a much better chance here in event number 7.
There is Justin Medeiros, who sits in second place. Jeff Adler is currently in fourth. So Medeiros is now in a position that we saw Pat Vellner last year. He's got to start finding a way to beat Ricky Garrard and get some help in the process to cut into that 87-point lead. And here we go, 30 calories to start on the Echo Bike.
Take you to the year 2005, Sean, when a little affiliate opened in San Francisco with some box containers in a back parking lot called San Francisco CrossFit. 4 main coaches there: Kelly Starrett, Carl Paoli, Diane Fu, and one Mr. Adrian Bosman. When you think of some of the greats that have come from that affiliate to now, one of the basics of gymnastics training, you go to the journal and just look up handstand push-up progression, you will not see one single handstand push-up as we traditionally know with our back to the wall. They said you have to earn that position by doing push-ups in a hollow body, walking halfway up the wall with a hollow body, facing the wall vertically with a hollow body, and then doing a handstand push-up from that facing position. It's not that this necessarily was the RX Plus version of a handstand push-up, but you had to earn your right to put your back to the wall. That's where we are nearly 15, 18 years later.
And if you're not using the very things that you're talking about, it may not cost you a lot on the first set of 10. It may start to wear on you in the second set of 10. But by the third, if you're not doing all those cues that you just mentioned, you're going to be taking a lot of breaks in between reps.
Roman Krennikov, the first man to his initial set of 10 handstand push-ups. Ricky Garrard's judge's hand is in the air. Here comes Jeff Adler and Lazar Jukic to join Krennikov on the wall. Sam Watt as well, Noah Wilson, and Justin Medeiros, and now Ricky Garrard is on a whole host of men getting them all at the same time here. Krennikov with one more to go. He's done. Back to the bike goes Roman Krennikov, trying to overtake Justin Medeiros for second place overall.
I tell you what, Sean, I am so impressed by the way Roman Krennikov has built himself over the last 4 years. Traditionally known as a work capacity athlete, a grinder, somebody who loves the pain cave and the machines. Decent at gymnastics, his weakness, weightlifting. And what he did was he put 20 pounds on his body to be able to handle a barbell. Usually that comes at a cost of things like work capacity, conditioning, and gymnastics. It hasn't come at a cost for Roman Krennikov, which I think is incredible.
He's a guy I competed against in 2019 at the Filthy 150 event, and I saw him succeed at some of the very events you're talking about, work capacity things. When the barbell rolled out, I thought, okay, this guy's going to fall to the bottom of the leaderboard, and he did it. It was a max snatch. He was right there with the other best competitors, and I'm like, man, this guy can never get to the games. He's going to do a lot of damage.
Roman Krennikov is your leader, and he has now closed out his set of 20 calories back to the wall. Noah Olsen and Justin Medeiros were the next 2 men to the plate. Ricky Garrard was towards the back here.
Up the wall.
Krennikov to his second set of 10.
Third overall. Third. He's looking at a jump up that leaderboard. Roman Krennikov.
Dan, we're talking about what you do in the body. Look at Ricky on the left side. It almost looks, he's resting a bit more in his arms, but earlier it looked like it was actually pretty heavy on the upper body and not utilizing the legs that you think you should if you're going to go back upside down.
Yeah, I mean, it could be just part of his strategy. You really see he's cruising now, but if you know that you're going to come off that bike and it's going to cost you on that first rep, there's no sense in pushing yourself there. If you can get these handstand push-ups unbroken, it's going to be the best result for you in this event.
Noah Olson is in second place as Saxon Pantic has moved into third. Jeff Adler and Justin Medeiros tied for fourth as Roman Krennikov is back to the bike and Ricky Garrard is still pedaling on his first set of 20. Pat Felder on the left side of your screen getting to his set of 10 handstand push-ups for the second time as Roman Krennikov is all by himself in front. Time to beat is Will Morad's 6:30.15 seconds. Saxon Pantic is creeping up on Noah Olson. Roman Krennikov has got to hit the 90 rep mark. He's got 5 calories to go before it's back to the wall one final time. And here comes Saxon Pantic. Take a look at what Roman Krennikov has done so far here. Worst finish was in the last event when he took 15th. Krennikov is done. Ricky Garrard is falling back here.
Ricky Garrard is taking his second break. You can see him in the very back on his second set of handstand push-ups.
Krennikov with a break. He has 6 remaining. Pat Felder is done with his second set of 10. He's on to the break.
Ricky just failed a rep and failed it deep in that handstand push-up.
You can see when he starts pushing out of the bottom, he has no speed and his arms are literally shaking. He's having trouble getting up onto the wall even.
You see that midline, that real big hyperextension for Ricky.
Under no rep, he did not get to depth there.
When you arch your back and you go immediately into that lean back position, the amount of power you can recruit from your body is really complicated.
Saxon Pantic and Justin Medeiros now to the wall at the same time. So Medeiros came in 87 points back of Roman Krennikov and looking to shave a significant amount off of that deficit. As Garrard is now done and he'll get to the plate. He and Sam Park, 2 of the last 3 men on the wall. Lazar Jukic is still on his second set of 10. Krennikov has 1 minute to go and he's to the plate.
Start your clock.
Looks like Will Morad is going to win the event, but Roman Krennikov is looking to really put a stranglehold on one of the top 3 spots in the overall standings. Jason Hopper has the next best time at 6:57.82 seconds. If Krennikov gets in inside that, he's going to earn 97 points. Here comes Justin Medeiros. And Roman is kicking it into another gear as Medeiros is starting to put the pressure on him. Krennikov is done and he is in second place for Roman Krennikov. To Justin Medeiros now. Correct that. Krennikov is going to finish third, 7:02.22. So Medeiros now looking at a 5th place finish. So Medeiros is in. 5th place in the event, that'll give him 88 points. And Ricky Garrard is still on his final set of 10 handstand push-ups.
He is really just staring straight down at the floor every time he goes to bottom those out, where he wants his head is tucked back looking at the wall behind him.
And you look at those positionings, it's just max fatigue. He's reaching for anything that he can to try to get the next rep.
It's Saxon Patrick is on the bike. He's on the far right side of your screen. And Pat Fellner is across. And Fellner coming in and placing the event. Saxon Patrick is across. He'll take 11th.
You have about 90 seconds.
But Ricky Garrard came in with an 87-point lead, and that is going to get much smaller heading into the weekend.
This is a super frustrating place to be as an athlete because at some point there's just nothing else you can do. You weren't completely prepared for this movement. You're not going to gain a whole lot of technical skill in it, in the event. You just have to get on there, send it, and do your best.
Another fail for Ricky Garrard. Less than a minute to go. Rubinson is done. That's going to be 16th in the event for Norman Carl Rubinson. Olsen is in, as is Jeff Adler, leaving Sam Quant, Ricky Garrard, and Lazar Jukic still on the floor. Sam Quant cranking away and trying to get it inside that 10-minute time cap. Judge's hand in the air for Quant. 3 seconds to go. Quant looks like he did it. Sam Quant did not get across the finish line, or he did, by 2/100ths of a second.
I love it.
He makes it. Now Ricky Garrard, unofficially, is going to finish 28th. Which means that Justin Medeiros shaved 62 points off that deficit.
That's why we keep playing the game, ladies and gentlemen.
Now we are about to see what Ricky Garrard is really made of.
He's had a nice, great weekend up to this point. Just took one on the head.
We got 2 more days to find out what that is.
Ricky Garrard not nearly as happy as Roman Krennikov was. Krennikov in his first in-person appearance at the CrossFit Games, and he is having a heck of a weekend so far.
Roman Krennikov, he's one of the best on the machines, and he proved that, but Ricky Garrard showed where the weakness was, and this is what we said is body position, going back to the basics. It's not that you should have known it's inverted, but knowing what a good body position should feel like under fatigue. Good technique will always trump absolute strength when it comes down to fatigue elements out here on the field.
Especially with all these other competitors who are so amazing.
Ricky Garrard with his worst event finish so far. He does look like he's going to hang on to the overall lead, but Justin Medeiros just got a lot closer. Will Moore